But with this gonna be playing.
Oh, this will be so that we can, like, if a guest call in or anything like that, and then that we can hear when it's
So
time.
we don't have to have these
You do.
right now.
Oh no, not right now. He'll tell us we're gonna go in at 3.
But when we start at 3,
You gotta have it on.
this is what we gotta have on. Cool. So I'm gonna be able to hear you through this.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear me. Well, in that, and then you'll be able to hear me through this.
Okay.
You'll have to catch it as it is out there, folks.
Ain't nothing wrong with your hair, Willie.
It'd be hairy.
I love what you did the other day when you was on Facebook. And you was talking about what you was talking about on there, and everybody was talking about the other stuff, and then you was like, back to what I'm saying. We're not talking about the other stuff.
Oh yeah,
about,
yeah, like please.
Like we're not talking about that.
Really, it was a good social experiment because
Yeah.
I put up stuff about House of Timothy, can't get nothing.
For real?
Put up that politics, 59
They
comments.
go crazy.
And I'm like, wow.
You get paid from that? You get paid from Facebook?
Yeah, I get a little check here and there.
Yeah.
Little something.
Exactly.
They don't get much.
I don't know why they just give us that little bit of amount.
That little check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get paid from social media.
You get paid from social media too?
No, I was saying, telling him.
Yeah.
See, that's why I think ours make it different. See how all these are like ministry shows. So that's what makes it different.
Yeah. Okay.
And the pen whenever you have a chance. And the number 407-894-1680. You want to call in and have any questions? That's his new place.
Oh,
That's me being my selling my mattress.
Okay, we good. You good?
All right. And
You set?
a pen.
Oh yeah.
So I can write that. Thank you.
You need a piece of paper?
No, just want to make sure I got this number down. Cause you know I'll be
That's
forgetting.
yours. That's yours.
All right, thank you.
thank you.
407. Right there. 407 894 1680. You need to have your friends call in. I would say call in. That helps boost it up. We got people you got calling.
No. I don't. It's so crazy is because literally I'm a popular loner. Like, so crazy.
You on POV day?
Yeah.
Where y'all going to eat afterwards?
I'm not in no problem.
Look, I'm like, look, y'all making this a Friday adventure.
Oh, y'all wanna go out to eat? Y'all know Longhorn got
Yeah, I can't go no more to that Kobe's and stuff. That was a costly journey. We could go Longhorn.
but you know what's crazy is because I usually go to Kobe's and I get the kids meal for $12. So when I walked out of that and I paid $100.
That's because we went and did the thing, but it was really because we wanted you to have an experience.
So that's fine. It's like I literally did that because you haven't had the experience, and that's cool because I wanted you to experience that.
But next time,
So hold it in your mind forever.
You guys paid an extra $100 for that?
So your show's not like ministry or nothing, right? If it's just
it's everything.
okay. So
I'm in ministry,
okay.
but I wanted to be because I know we talk about ministry a lot. But it's why you asking? I'm sorry. You know I
because
get-
after the top of the hour, I always play something about another ministry coming on.
okay.
Do you want me to play that disclaimer about
I mean,
another ministry?
yeah, you can do that. I mean, because essentially, I'm a pastor. I'm ordained pastor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But that don't mean what they're gonna hear sometimes.
Everybody need anything? Everybody good?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good?
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, well, I hear it. It's good. Thank you. I only got 3 minutes.
Should I go live on one of these platforms?
You need to.
Which
Stream.
one? TikTok, Facebook,
Which is the
Instagram?
one that is popping for you?
Both, all?
What them? Well, you can't do. You don't got StreamYard?
Mm-mm. I don't even know what that is.
What?
I don't.
We gotta teach these young people things. 2 minutes. Wait till you hear my intro.
Yeah.
You get to hear my very right voice.
Oh my, are you serious? Let's not go live on TikTok.
You know what?
Yeah. It'd be so crazy.
Well, I can't say that. Sorry, y'all. I was about to say something. I keep forgetting I'm streaming. Y'all ain't gonna get me. Y'all thought y'all about to have some. Y'all thought y'all about to have something to put on y'all TikTok. Y'all ain't gonna TikTok me. I ain't giving it to you.
Oh my goodness.
Got him.
Oh, Jamel, you give me that charger? I mean, not Jamel. I forgot your name. What is it though?
Jamar.
Jamar, I'm sorry.
Ready? We're live.
I still hear music though.
WOKB, staff and management of Unity Broadcasting. Welcome to Uncensored with Willie Montague, where nothing is off limits and the truth is watered down. I'm Willie Montague, and every episode we break the norm, stories that matter, and go to those new perspectives you won't hear anywhere.
All right. Y'all already know who it is. I'm back. It's Uncensored with Willie Montague. And today we're joined with Ree. But before we get there, that song was powerful. It touched me. It's hard to come behind that. Y'all know I love me some Jesus, but we still uncensored over here. All right. So welcome to Uncensored. This show is we don't whisper the truth. We throw it like fire. So, as you know, I'm your host, Willie Montague. Every week we break down the headlines, the hypocrisies, and the hard truths that polite media won't touch. From faith to politics, pop culture to power, nothing is off limits here. And today, my guest, Ree, is bringing her voice in the chaos. So let's get uncensored. Faith under fire, gender in chaos, and truth on trial. Ree, welcome to Uncensored.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Let's do this. Tell us a little bit about you. You know, we call it Uncensored because we don't want to do any filters here. So if you had to describe yourself in one word, that actually might get you canceled. Y'all don't cancel, all right? By polite society, what would it be and why?
I would say blunt.
Blunt.
Yeah.
She says she's blunt. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see how blunt she is as we roll along. Got another question for you. We're gonna do this. You've seen how truth gets twisted in today's culture.
Mm-hmm.
What's one belief or conviction you refuse to back down from, no matter how popular it is?
Um. So this is the part when they cancel me, huh? I believe that a woman should get married to a man.
All right, now we actually going to talk about that later on, so y'all hold your horses, because
Yeah.
everyone says they have faith until believing costs something. What's one moment in your life when your faith was truly under fire?
In 2017, when I had to have brain surgery.
Okay, explain that. Go into details.
I had to have this thing called microvascular decompression. I was diagnosed with this disease called trigeminal neuralgia out of the blue. So it's like I went through so many stages. I was mad at God. And then it was like with weeks of me knowing, okay, I have to go in immediate brain surgery. I really had to just give it up to him because there was nothing I could do.
Right.
So I literally had to just have faith that he was going to bring me out. But my faith was so strong. If he would have took my life, I was fine because I had got so much peace.
Amen.
Yeah.
The peace that you just can't find.
Yeah.
All right. These days, speaking truth can cost you friends, followers, and platforms. And you guys, we know that we see that. So how do you find the courage to keep speaking up when silence would be easier?
Because I always kind of been that type of person that say what comes to my mind. Sometimes these days, though, I still say what comes to my mind. I just say it in a better way to not try to I try to take people's feelings into it, in consideration. Because I used to didn't. I would just say it, you know?
Well, you know, the good Lord above is working with me because it's hard for me to take people's feelings into consideration.
I have to understand that, okay, just because, you know, I feel this way, it's just ways that I could say it.
Amen. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's true. It's not always what is said, it's how it's said, and then, you know, the context of it and things. And I'm working on that because I, for one, am one that have encountered a lot of things.
Yeah.
And in that process, I do not take easy. One, I don't take easy. I'm going to say this since it's uncensored.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you work on something so hard and then you go out and you start, you know, even with my organization, and it seems like at that moment when things rise that everybody comes in, they have an opinion, they want to control it, they try to take things from you.
Yeah.
And I've seen it so many times, like and we have Jamar in here with us, who's part of House of Timothy. But I've seen where we've had other young boys come into the program, and I use this example, and I'll be mentoring them, working with them, and then we'll have these people that just, you know, never see them any other time. They'll come up and they'll be like, oh, yeah, by the way, you know, I do, you want to put them in my group? And I'm like, did you not just hear what I do? You know, like, and so I feel like I always am having to fight to validate House of Timothy, or fight for House of Timothy have a purpose.
Right.
And so I get it. So often I come off so strong because I'm like, no devil in hell and no human on earth is going to stop what it got.
Going to snatch what you work for.
So since we're talking about faith under fire, truth on trial, what do you think is the biggest lie people are believing right now, and why are so many people buying it?
To be honest, from what I'm seeing, like on social media, that people is literally like backing away from the name Jesus. They are, it's so many on every platform. They're like, oh, you're not supposed to worship him. You're supposed to worship God himself. And so many people are using him as just him over God or whatever. And it's just a lot of chaos going that way.
Yeah. And I think what it is when we start calling on the name of Jesus, it brings accountability. And in every generation is always some group that rises up that wants to go against the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
And in this generation, it's easy for people to get taken away from it because all they do is watch social media. Everything is on social media. They literally take things from social media, make videos out of it, and then put it on YouTube so you can go watch people's social media on YouTube. I just don't get it. This is a generation. I got to ask somebody here that's a young Gen Z or Alpha, which I think you're Alpha. And so we got to ask this next generation what's going on out here. We're going to have Jamar on the next episode to find out what's going on. And so we're getting ready to move into our first topic out there. Again, you guys can call in. You know, I'm bad with this. 407-894-1680. This is me selling a mattress. So if you want to call in to have Reed some questions, dial in 407-894-1680. We are right here for you today. The first topic is censorship, cancel culture, and the silencing of truth. Truth isn't offensive, but in 2025, it's being silenced. From social media deplatforming to safe space bans, voices of conviction are being throttled. So is cancel culture the new altar of compromise?
Yeah. You say anything that a big group don't agree with, they want to cancel you.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because sometimes it works for people.
It does.
Yeah.
And I think that people thrive off of trying to cancel you. I remember
Of
someone
course.
was someone was trying to do that with me, and they was like, "Oh, I see where you work." I said, "But you don't even know I am the boss." I said,
Literally.
"Look, I'm like, hey, nobody. You gonna have to call up to heaven because there's no way you're gonna get rid of me."
Isn't it crazy? And they
Yeah.
love to throw that out. So it's like that's what people aim to do
Yeah.
these days on this social media platform.
Yeah.
They literally aim to do that.
And it's destructive because people have lives.
Yeah.
People have families they have to take care of, and so
Correct.
many people, just because they disagree,
Right.
they want to dismantle everything about you. But my spiritual mother, Pastor Nora, always said, it may be me today, I may be homeless today, but it may be you tomorrow.
Literally.
So you got to be careful how you treat other people.
Yeah.
Who gets to decide what's too controversial to say?
I don't know.
She's like, I don't know.
I don't know who gets to decide.
Yeah.
Because it's any little thing. Like any little thing. If you say something that people don't like or they don't agree with, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like freedom of speech no more. Like,
No,
it doesn't feel like that anymore.
I heard someone say, sorry, it's cord here. I heard someone say, it's uncensored. I heard someone say that they were that the First Amendment, the whole freedom of speech thing, was basically an illusion here in the United States.
Yeah.
Because we really do not have the freedom of speech. It's like, so are believers playing checkmate, staying silent to keep the peace?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yes, they are. We are. Like we're doing it.
I really believe that because you have, sometimes you have like when somebody asks you something and you feel like, you know what, I know this conversation is going to go this way, so I'm not even going to say anything.
Right.
But sometimes you need to say something. But sometimes people just don't want to even argue with people. If you feel that way, okay, cool. I feel this way.
And you know what? What was it that I used to see where it was basically like, isn't it was a book that just came out? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like you supposed to respond in a certain way. Like when somebody says something to me, it's supposed to be like I just saw it when I was at Barnes & Noble, and I remember that was like a big thing, I think last year. But it's basically a way you're supposed to respond when things or people say certain things, and it's kind of like, okay, basically, like you said, that's you, that's how you feel, that's your business. How you feel about me is your business, it's not mine. So with truth triggers, is that a fault of the messenger or the listener?
I can say both.
Okay.
Because I done been the messenger and the listener. So, like I said, when I used to say the message bluntly, I realized years later that I could have said it better. Right. And then I done been a person with somebody that said it bluntly to me, and then I felt the way.
Right.
So it just all it depends if you feel like taking accountability or not,
Now that's powerful. If you want to take accountability for the truth that may trigger you on either side.
Correct. On either side.
That's powerful. That's powerful right there. So, okay, you guys can call in 407-894-1680. You already know we're getting ready to go to a quick commercial break. And then when we get back, we're going to dive into talking about what's going on in the church. The leaders is not taking the mic. The leaders is not taking the mic. Sorry. So we get ready to move on here to a quick commercial break. Fear not, we always are going to be right here, right back. And we got Reed with us in the house. When we come back, we're gonna finish out strong because I definitely want to get to this feminine fallout one before the end of the day. So we're gonna get to that conversation. But anyway, nonetheless, this is Uncensored with Willie Montague. Don't go nowhere. We're here. The new Barry White.
Please. So it was one lady on here, and she was saying, please answer for me. When he was born, God said, name him Emmanuel. When did it become Jesus? That's what somebody wrote on here.
When it become Jesus?
Yeah, I never heard of it to be Emmanuel.
What he did when he told him to call Emmanuel, but he has many names. But
Yeah.
Jesus, he was Jesus the son. What's this?
Okay, I never heard of that one. They laughing at you with the new Barry White.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't
Hey
matter if
y'all,
it's a major engine repair,
follow the
first
host,
time swapping your windshield
please.
wipers.
If they got any questions, they can ask. I mean, they can. You can speak them out too.
Yeah, dang.
Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know.
Got anything to say?
So Junie, what's her name on here? Her name is Junie. If you're on this live, I had never heard of the thing. Not thing, the name Emmanuel. So you just taught me something. But you know too, it's like many names. Yahshua, you know, you got Yahweh. So that is something for me to look into. And then that's a whole nother thing. With new stuff coming to the forefront, right? You're not aware of. Like I had never heard the name. So then it's like now I have to literally go and research this for my own self. And then what I do? Add more and more. But then it says at the end of the day, his people could be confused, you know? So it's like sometimes I be trying to shut down new information, but then that could have me not wise. You know what I'm saying? Correct, when I'm supposed to know what's going on. Oh, okay, Kayla. Kaylia, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go live on TikTok. I meant on Instagram, y'all. Follow me over there.
See, they even got the Barry White music.
Please, okay?
All right, okay. Well, welcome back to Uncensored. I'm your host, Willie Montague. You already know this is Friday. This is the day that the Lord has made, and
Hello.
we shall rejoice.
And be glad in it.
Be glad in it.
Hello.
We have with us today Ree. So speaking of be glad in it, we're getting ready to talk about faith.
Yeah.
When faith leaders take the mic and lose the message. We see pastors as pulpit icons, but what happens when they preach popularity over true purpose and power?
Yeah.
Faith leaders are under pressure to stay relevant, get clicks, and not offend. Are they becoming entertainers rather than true men and women of God?
So, I can't say yes they are because I don't know how they really feel on the inside. You know, you can judge something. See, I feel like a lot of people, right? They judge these other people platforms, and just because they see them going up on social media, if they come out with music, they're judging that. If they see sometimes a pastor progressing, it's an audience. Like it's like people don't even like to see pastors that's not even on social media drive a nice car. They don't want them to anything. So it's like
Right.
I can't say that they're not doing it, you know, wholeheartedly, or they're just preaching or whatever. I cannot say that because every pastor, every person has a purpose. So your purpose may be to preach this. My purpose may be to empower. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So I can't judge them that way.
So with that,
Yeah.
so would you say the modern, because you know we use the term celebrity pastor, compromising the gospel for growth?
I can't say that because when you are doing something for the grace of God, you're not meant to stay at the bottom. So if you see me progressing, this could be God blessing me. This not mean that I'm just trying to entertain y'all. A lot of people like what I am saying. So fortunately, I am growing, but a person could be blessed from God.
That's true. I like that. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
When miracles become merchandise, what happens in ministry to ministry's integrity?
What do you mean?
So oftentimes we take things like, and I'm not going to mention people's names,
Okay.
but selling certain packages as ways for people to be able to have miracles. For example, tallits, which are the prayer shawls, you know, the anointing oil. They put it up in a box and say, "Hey, send me."
I don't agree with that.
Okay,
I
so
don't
this,
agree with that.
and that's the part where I think people get away from being able to feel like
Yes.
they are authentic because it's like, I'm now having I want this to be clear. I am an ordained pastor, but I want this to be clear
Yeah.
that I do know that things you got to mail things. There are people who are full-time ministers
Yeah.
that travel and whatnot, but there has to be a tack of the way to do things as a people of God because we are already under so much scrutiny as the body of believers.
Literally.
And so if we're not careful how we deliver that, how we put things out, what are people going to say? So that's what it is. So how do you know if faith leaders is performing or actually preaching the word of God?
I feel like that's when the discernment come in because it's so crazy. Like I always see people talk about if anything costs in the church. They talk about tithing. They talk about anything like that. They have an issue with anything with giving money to church. But they give money to everything else. As soon as you step out the door, the gas people getting your money. You go by a store, the grocery store is getting your money. But it's like anytime when it comes with money and church, everybody, this is not, like, I don't get it.
They don't mind giving that money out there, going getting them scratch-off tickets out there and lighted up.
And then they always say, the church don't do nothing. Have you ever went to the church and asked them to do something for you? Or is this just your imaginary thing? Because it's certain church leaders who actually go out here in the community, have events for the community, give away free food drives, clothes drives, so it's like people are just sometimes disgusting and they just want to sit in this mess, and we are supposed to be the church outside of the church. So if you feel that way, go in the church and help out.
Yeah, and that's interesting because there's so many people, and I hope y'all hear this out there listening. There's so many people that I know, and I go back to House of Timothy. House of Timothy is a ministry. And it's so many people who will ask us 101 questions, but will never come by to do a tour, never come by to donate $1, never come by to bring an apple sauce or apple juice.
Of course.
And then it's like, well, what are y'all doing? What are the church? And I'm like, do you not see the word? Like, we're trying to save these boys. So I feel like sometimes, even if you have an extra $1, $2, or you see something not done, don't wait for the church. Become the church.
Correct.
Live that which God has put on the inside of you, and not be mistaken that you have to wait for somebody to do it.
And then not even just that, just because, and that's the problem. A lot of people look for the outside. Yeah. Okay, say you're ministering with these boys, you're getting them jobs, you're just being an active person in their life. That's also good. Screw materialistic things. If you're changing a person from the inside, building them up, giving them strength, teaching them how to be a man in this world, that's more than money could buy. Yeah. I don't know.
So are congregations demanding entertainment over exhortation?
Yeah.
And I think that's why pastors feel like they have to entertain, because there's a thing that people are. It's almost like people don't want the truth and accountability that we was talking earlier.
Yeah.
And so they have the pastors feel like they have to. That's why I said I think they feel like they have to meet the relevance of the crowd, because it's like a lot of younger people come to church, so now they got to wear different clothes.
But it's so crazy because I done went to a church before, right? And I used to literally watch the pastor. He preached the same thing, and I was just like. It didn't feel great because it was like, okay, I'm coming here every Sunday, but you're just preaching the same thing. It was kind of like if an uncle was talking to me. So I found another church home, which is great. She speaks and teaches in truth, but also like with empowerment, letting you know that you can dominate anything that you're, dealing with. But she speaks in truth. Shout out to Alexis Stevens, love you. But yeah, so it just all depends because it's ways to reach the younger people with being authentic. Right. It's just ways. If you keep babying them and not telling them what's really what, then you can satisfy them but lose your soul. So that's y'all.
Ooh, now speaking of, you said she, so then we about to get into the she, but before that, y'all want to come in because the next topic gonna be hot. 407-894-1680. 407-894-1680. Call on in if you got any questions, comments, or concerns. The last topic of this afternoon, the feminine fallout. When strong becomes silent and alone. The
Yeah.
strong, independent woman era sold empowerment, but left many women exhausted,
Yeah.
overworked, and emotionally detached. Now, women, especially black women, are saying they're tired of carrying everything. Did feminism free women or just burn them out?
I feel like it burned them out because when you're constantly working and doing all things as such, you can't even really operate in your feminism because you're always hustling.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna make a little spin.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what I'm about. I'll make a little spin here. Do you believe that that's because uh, women wanted to come into a dominant space, and now that they're tired of trying to be alpha woman, now they want the man to step back into the place?
But you know what's crazy? I don't think like we ever wanted to be alpha women. I think some of us, this is just how our cards was dealt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like some of us, a lot of us didn't come, here with a silver spoon, or you got a lot of single mothers who didn't ask to be single mothers. So it's like we literally had to step up, whether it's in our life or watching other people getting dogged out or whatever the case may be. And it's like, okay, now we know, okay, we can't sit and wait on nobody. We got to try to have this for ourselves. We can't just wait, because guess what? Men can say all day, oh, they want a woman who this and that. But then if they get a woman who asks, who don't got nothing going on, and asks, oh, you this, you that. But then if you get a strong woman, now you're intimidated. So it's like, where is the safe place for us to sit and just be? We can't be.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, is vulnerability now considered weakness?
Yeah. Even though people try to say it's not, it is, because you can always show vulnerability, right? And sometimes when it's that vulnerability is in the wrong person's hand, they literally they just take over. Like certain people, you look sweet, you could be a sweet person, a sweet woman or whatever, and you got certain people that will look at you like a sweet lick, like, oh, I can run over her.
So she said you got to bust them in the eyes.
Yeah, basically.
Bust them in the head to the white meat. That's
Exactly.
what she said.
Exactly.
Why is submission seen as slavery, but exhaustion seen as empowerment?
You said submission. I don't know how submission is seen as slavery, because
Well, see, that's the good idea, because some of y'all women
no.
that's out there listening, y'all think that when someone says submission, it means becoming like a slave, like you gotta bow to the other person. But submission is a state of humility and servitude that both people have to have, and so it's not a slavery. So just to go there, but why do you think that for some, not necessarily you, but some would say submission is slavery when they want it, but if they're empowering someone, I'm exhausted?
So I believe that, excuse me, y'all. I believe that with us, black women and black men, if you're listening, we have become so added with each other that now the word submission is like a threat. And I see a lot of black men always say, oh, y'all don't know how to submit. Y'all don't. And then I see the women go back and forth. But really just think about it. Submitting means nothing when a man is treating you right and doing what he's supposed to do and making you feel soft. It's not like you're being a lapdog, a puppy, or anything. You're just doing what the woman is supposed to do. But we have made the word look so negative that nobody is even wanting to do it. That's weird.
Well, speaking of that,
Yeah.
so what does balance look like between strength and softness?
Balance looks like knowing when to show strength, but also show, because you can be soft and have strength. So you can operate in your softness, and that's still strength.
So are women ready to redefine power without apology?
I don't know.
She said, I do not know. So this is interesting because what I often, and we've been on Point of View together.
Yeah.
And I often, and of course the loud one with that. But what is it that we do when we talk about it? Because women are often put in a place where they do come off as this alpha. Like, I have to be in control. I have to do. So how do we tip this back to where it needs to be?
I personally think it's with the person that you deal with, because when you come out of situations, you may have to be dominant in that relationship because for whatever reason, or you have people who was soft in a relationship prior and got ran over. So now this new person coming there putting on this facade, like, no, I'm going to be hard from the jump. But if you meet somebody who is nice and kind to you, that can easily calm you down. They can easily do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, give your social media before we
Okay.
head on out.
Well, you guys, thank you guys for having me today. And you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Glammed by Reed. That's GLAMMED by BY REE.
Well, the mission was accomplished today. Follow me, Willie J. Montague, or Uncensored with Willie. All right, see y'all next week. Stay bold, stay free, stay uncensored. See y'all.
That was great.
That was.
Yeah.